Hello everybody, Spooky Sandwoman here. Thank you for checking out episode 3 of Asagao Academy. Last episode, apparently, we didn't get our history book, so we went to the library, met another one of the normal boots people named Satch, who I personally don't know from YouTube. Never watched him. I might have. Anyway, mean kids threw paper football at us, and then Satch helped us. And we almost cried, and I'm gonna take a sip of this drink. Because I'm thirsty. Anyway. Thirsty for drink, not for the boys. That couldn't have gone better. I beg to differ. Not only was Satch impossibly kind, but being around him felt easy, refreshing, like being doused in the mist of a waterfall. Oh gosh, what was I thinking? My cheeks felt hot. I left the library, 2 surprisingly heavy books under one arm. I settled into bed, eager to get started with my new reading material, but Mai was sitting at her desk, carving a pencil idly into the pages of a notebook. Every few minutes, she released a long-drawn sigh as the lead of her pencil whined against the paper. Oh, I burped, excuse me. This thing isn't carbonated. Why am I burping? I lowered my book and took the bait. Is something wrong, Mai? She let out another dreary sigh. I hope Senpai. I hope Jared notices me this year. Does Jared know you like him? Mai whirled around in feigned shock. What? I don't like Jared! Oh. I closed my book and slid it aside, deciding to play along. Well, have you at least tried talking to him? No. I mean, I have before. Why don't you try again? She bobbed her head from side to side, considering this like it never crossed her mind before. Yeah, maybe I could do that. Satisfied, I picked my book back up. Have you ever had a boyfriend, Hana? What? Huh? Me? No, never. Really? Never? Ah, my nose hurts. Excuse me. Never. I bet you 10,000 yen that you meet a totally cute boy here and fall in love by the end of the school year. Well, now I'm totally gonna get it because that's the aim of the game, is to win someone. And 10,000 yen, so... Gimme. You're crazy. I buried my face back in the book, barring Mai from any further discussion. Fall in love by the end of the year? Me? If I were a betting kind of girl, I'd take that bet. I awoke the next morning with what felt like a lizard in my throat. Mai was already up, shuffling through her school bag with an enigmatic grin. I can never fucking say words! The first day of school. Hana! You're finally awake! Her voice sliced through the air like a knife, and I winced. She was definitely a morning person. It's time for the first day of school! Aren't you excited? I can't wait to see what's going to happen. What do you mean? Is something special happening today? Something strange always happens on the first day of school. Especially to someone like you. Because I'm a main fucking character? Is that what you're trying to insinuate, Mai? Why am I getting upset about this? She winked. What? Someone like me? Uh-huh. You know what I mean. I don't. But I'm going to assume it's the main character thing. She smiled and started messing with a pile of papers on her desk. I bet that thing she was writing was a fan fiction between her and Jared. Shaking my head, I got out of bed and pulled my uniform out of my closet. My palms sweat as I held the gold vest and blue jacket. Was it really possible for things to be different here than they were at home? You're at a boarding school, dude. Public school sucks ass. I'm sure things will be better. Holy shit. What if the problem wasn't actually the school? I shook the thoughts out of my head and changed into my uniform. Oh! What is it?
Aww.
You look so cute!
Really?
Really? Heat crept up my neck.
Yeah.
Yes, completely! Your hair matches your uniform so well. You look like a flower blooming straight out of the ground. Oh, thank you. Water stung the back of my eyes and I turned to start packing my backpack. How was I getting so worked up about something as little as this? I must have gotten less sleep than I thought. Is something wrong? No, nothing's wrong. I'm just happy. How dumb was that? I started crying at the first sign of someone being nice to me. I took a deep breath to steady my nerves. What an oddly menacing thud. All the air left my lungs as something like horse hooves slammed against my back. You'll do just fine. Don't worry, this is gonna be awesome. I stiffly peered over my shoulder. That was you?
What?
Huh? Mai stood behind me, her hand raised. Somehow she had the strength of a bodybuilder. Nothing. I was just about to zip my bag up when I spotted the book Satch gave me lying on the nightstand. The Princess Betrothed. He said that if I ever needed to be transported somewhere far away, I could take it with me. It was pretty good so far. Maybe it would be smart to bring it along, just in case I had no one to talk to in between class periods. Would I need it for my first day of class? Yo, take it! It's always a good idea to take a book with you. Or something to keep you occupied during the downtime. When I was in high school, I either had a notebook with me to write in, or I had a book with me that I was reading. Or both, because I could never pick. I put it in my already overfull bag, biting my lip. It never hurt to be prepared, right? See, there you go. Go! Do what you want. Yeah. You ready?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go. Stick with me and you'll be fine. Mai opened the door and together we stepped into the hallway, merging into a steady flow of chittering girls and fruit-flavored perfume. Me! I smell like peaches every fucking day of my life. I have peach body wash, spray, lotion. I have everything. Love the smell of peaches. It's the fucking best. Ugh. You know, I'm gonna spray this just because it's good. That was weird. Now I'm choking on it. It does not taste like peaches, by the way. Oh my. I didn't know we lived on the same floor. No way, really? That's so awesome. Now we'll be able to catch up. Whatever happened between you and, The river of girls shifted as we headed down the stairs. Suddenly I found myself surrounded by a bunch of people I didn't know.
What a jerk.
Oh wow, what a jerk he turned out to be! Mai's exclamation faded into the buzz of voices in the air. Oh no. What would I do if we got separated? Anxiously, I searched the crowd of girls for Mai, but I couldn't find her. Everyone was dressed in the same Asagao uniform. It was difficult to tell anyone apart, and being so short didn't really help the situation. As we turned the last corner down the stairwell, I saw a flash of red hair a little ways in front of me. Mai? I reached between two girls and tapped on her shoulder. Huh? Oh, who are you? The girl's eyes flashed, almost like a jolt of energy shot through me. Electricity, excuse me. I'm sorry. I thought you were someone else. She said nothing and turned away. Before I knew it, I stood outside of Primrose House watching the flow of girls disperse across campus. Mai was nowhere to be seen. I couldn't even hear her chirpy voice. Oh man. I took a deep breath, biting my lip. This wasn't a big deal. I could go to class alone. But I didn't even know where the building was. I reached into my backpack and dragged out my class schedule. Homeroom 206 Poppy Hall? Which one was Poppy Hall again? Were the classrooms on the other side of campus? I picked a direction and began to walk, trying to ignore my rising panic at the thought of arriving late to the first day of class. As a third year, where no one knew me, all the people staring.
Hey.
Hey, you. Hey, you okay? You look a little lost. Someone called out to me and I turned around, almost jumping for joy. Oh shit, it's done! When I froze, a Normal Boots jacket. He was part of the Normal Boots Club. I could practically feel my tongue swelling in my mouth. That's a weird thing. If this was a Normal Boots Club member, I had to make a good impression. He was one of the founders, right? Then he must be JonTron. Yes. I'm new and I don't know where Poppy Hall is. You a freshman? No problem. My class is in Poppy Hall. I'll walk you there. Oh, John! Such a gentleman.
Really?
Really? That would be wonderful. Thank you. Was this really happening? He began walking toward a large brick building in an enthusiastic manner, pumping his arms up and down like he was in some kind of show tune. I fell and stepped behind him. I didn't notice it when Maya pointed out to me yesterday, but JonTron had big brown eyes and a warm-looking face. He was basically a human puppy. Yeah, I'd say so. I remember I saw JonTron at PAX East last year, I think. He was doing some sort of show or like an interview thing on the expo floor. And I didn't notice until I was just like looking around, I'm like, oh shit, JonTron! Of course I couldn't do anything because he was on stage talking to people, so I'm like, oh man, that's cool, and I had to walk away. I glanced up at him out of the corner of my eye. A bird? A bird on his shoulder! Birds always made me uncomfortable. Something about the ease with which they could poke out someone's eyes. Is something wrong? Why'd you stop? No, nothing's wrong. He followed my gaze to the bird on his shoulder.
Hey.
Oh, this is Jacques. Isn't he cute? How do I do a bird? Fuck it. Nice to meet you. I know he has the robot voice. It spoke? Yeah. He put his hand to his shoulder and Jacques jumped into his palm. Jacques is a robot bird, see? Hello. Jacques' eyes gleamed with a dangerous red when he spoke, but nothing else suggested he wasn't a normal bird. In fact, if I hadn't known any better, I would have said the red in his eyes was painted on. That's amazing. Jacques twitched his head side to side, examining me in return. The more he looked at me, the less I was afraid. What are you looking at?
What?
What? Nothing. I'm sorry. Oh yeah, Jacques can be a little sassy. Who are you calling sassy? I'm not the sassy one. I don't forget to feed you. Jacques, that was one time. I was alone and starving in the frozen tundra of this empty world. Loveless. Afraid. Ignore him. I've been bringing him with me to the drama club and he's taken a little too well to it. I see how this is. Shut me out like I have nothing to add to the conversation. Jacques retook his place on John's shoulder, this time facing away from us as if miffed. We resumed our walk towards Poppy Hall. I'm JonTron, by the way. Call me John. Hana, nice to meet you.
Hana.
That's a cute name. Thank you. So how long have you had Jacques? Since middle school. We've been together for 4 years now. Ain't that right? I'm not listening. Yeah, well, I love him to death. I don't know what I'd do without him. It seemed like life would be a lot easier without him, but who was I to say? We arrived at the brick building. A white sign surrounded by poppies declared it to be, unsurprisingly, Poppy Hall. Which room are you in? Room 206.
Really?
Seriously? Yes. That's my homeroom. We're in the same class. John laughed. Oh, his laugh is so infectious. I love it. John laughed and clasped me on the shoulder. Wonderful! I guess I'll be seeing more of you then, right?
Yeah.
Right. Together we entered Poppy Hall. Poppy Hall was lined with fluorescent lights and Asagao blue lockers. The lack of students milling around in the hallway indicated we were a bit late. We ran up the stairs and made it into the classroom just as the bell rang. My heart caught in my throat. Thankfully, the teacher hadn't come yet. Instead, students clumped into the tight pods and milled around the classroom, catching up on vacation news.
John.
Thank you so much for showing me to class, John.
See you later.
No problem. I'll see you around. He waved and disappeared into the wriggling mass of students. I glanced around the room, looking for an empty seat.
Hannah.
Mai peeled herself out from between a cuddling couple. Was that Jontron? Were you just talking to Jontron? Yeah. Mai's eyes widened, and I couldn't help feeling a little smug. I realized I didn't know the way to class after you and I got separated, and he offered to walk me. Mai emitted a highly pressurized squeal. Jontron walked you to class? Oh my gosh, you have to tell me everything. She grabbed me by the wrist, and pulled me to an empty desk in the back corner of the room, right next to the window. I saved you a seat. I slid in and took off my backpack, hooking it on to the side of my desk. I was a little bit worried about the books inside were too heavy for the bag to handle, but so far it held up well. Sorry we got separated, by the way. It can get a little chaotic sometimes. So tell me what happened. What did he say? What did he smell like? Does he have peach fuzz? Is it rough? Wait, what? These are very important questions I am asking. You need to answer them. Was his hair super silky, or did it have the roughness of a dog's coat? Before I could answer, the door to the front of the room slid open and a tall woman strolled in. The class went quiet and obediently slid into their seats. My heart beat furiously, blood rushing through my ears.
Class.
Good morning, class. The teacher's melodious voice swam through the room, calming the buzzing high of the students back from break. My eye is itchy. Excuse me, I'm sorry, this is weird. My shoulders relaxed and my fears ebbed away. I am your teacher, Shizuka Wakahisa. You may call me Miss Shizuka. The emphasis she placed on the word led me to believe calling her Mrs. wasn't a mistake she would take lightly. Some of you might have noticed that we have a new student this semester. Oh god, no. Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me, Miss Shizuka. A hail of murmurs passed through the class. Some people glanced at me. Nope. There was the fear again. Would you like to come up and introduce yourself? No, thank you! Oh god, that was always the worst part in classes. I remember every year in high school, I don't know why they made us do this, but in each and every class, first day of school, they were always like, introduce yourself, tell them something about you, and what shop you're in, because I took a trade school. And I remember my last name begins with an S, so it was a while to get to me, so I was always rehearsing what I had to say. I'm like, my name's Rachel, I like to write, I'm in graphics. My name's Rachel, I like to write, I'm in graphics. And every time my turn came up, I'd be like, hi. Or I said it, but it was super quiet and no one heard me, because everyone was always like, what was that? Can you say that again? I was just like, go fuck yourself! Oh, just thinking about it makes me want to jump out the window. Anyway, I'm gonna end this episode off here because this is going on for a bit too long. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, go ahead and leave a like and subscribe. Share with your friends if they like introducing themselves to the front of the class. I'm so sorry. Bye-bye!